Do you want the good first or the bad? I don't know why I'm asking you, because you can't tell me. I'm gonna give you the good first. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Rise of Electro. Okay, so the good first. The visuals in this movie are absolutely amazing. The colors are clean and clear, which means everything in this movie looks nice, it looks crisp, it actually looks realistic, and it really helps to set the movie apart from all of those really gritty movies that look like they were filmed with a transparent lens cap on. The camera work on the web-slinging sequences is really, really good. Like, I saw it in 3D on a really giant VMAX screen, and you know, it actually felt like I was there web-slinging. It was an experience. You know, people saw Gravity, they're like, it was like I was really in space. Well, this is like you are really web-slinging along with Spider-Man. There are a few neat sequences of, like, a visualization of how the Spider-Sense works, you know, where time actually freezes and he can see everything around that's going on, and that is amazing to watch. And Electro, man, Electro looks so good. I loved the effects that they use on Electro. Apparently his actual makeup and stuff is real makeup, like it's not CGI, it's just really clever camera tricks, so that's really exciting. And the electricity effects are wow. Like, you could actually buy that Electro was a real thing going on in that universe. It was great. And of course the action sequences. My favorite thing about The Amazing Spider-Man 1 is still here in this film, and it's that Spider-Man actually fights like Spider-Man. You know, in the Raimi trilogy, he sort of, you know, appeared before a villain and just punched him until the villain fell down, or he got beaten up. In this movie, and in The Amazing Spider-Man 1, you know, he actually fights like Spider-Man. He uses his acrobatics, he uses the web slinging and everything else. It makes it look like he really is this guy who sees the world going past him slowly because of the Spider-Sense and enhanced speed. It's just so accurate at how Spider-Man would fight given his power set, and I have to give these movies props for that. I love seeing that come alive on screen. Another thing that I really loved and cannot fault at all is the soundtrack to this movie. Film scores is one of my favorite musical genres, and this film has an amazing score. It's done by Hans Zimmer and the Magnificent Six, and they did a really nice job. Like, honestly, even if you're not going to see this movie, you should check out the soundtrack on YouTube or something, because it's really good. You've got these great heroic themes for Spider-Man, you've got these touching piano themes for Gwen and Peter, you have an amazing villain theme there for Electro and the Goblin. Wow, that's just good to listen to. And one really interesting thing I found with the Electro tracks is they actually have, like, whisperings of what's going through his head at the moment as part of the soundtrack, and that was a really nice touch. But now we have the bad. This film is cluttered. It is so cluttered. We all knew it was going to be cluttered. We saw that there were going to be 3 villains and there's all the other Spider characters coming in, and we thought, this film is going to be really cluttered. Well, it is, but just not for those reasons. It has 4 main plots going on. There's Gwen and Peter's rocky relationship, what happened with Peter's parents, the Electro plot, and the Green Goblin plot. And all of those plots are fighting for screen time. None of them are plots that actually go together well, except for the Electro and Green Goblin one, but they only cross over at the end of the movie. And otherwise, they are just plots that don't mesh, meaning that they're all fighting for screen time, resulting in the film being slowly and poorly paced, and so much jumping from plot to plot. It doesn't work. But what's really interesting about this is, unlike in Spider-Man 3, where the plots were just cluttered because they were not that good anyway, in this one, they're all actually really strongly created. They are strongly constructed, strongly acted, and well written. It's just that they don't fit together, so you end up feeling like you're watching at least 2 movies when you should be watching 1. You really could turn this movie into 2. The first movie could be what happened to Peter's parents and Electro, and the second movie could be Gwen and Peter's relationship and the Green Goblin. If you had done that, not only would the 2 movies have been better on their own, but you would have had more room for more Spider-Manning. You know how a common complaint of Iron Man 2 and The Dark Knight Rises is that Iron Man and Batman don't really appear for most of the movie? Yeah, Spider-Man himself, like the actual costumed and everything, isn't in this movie very much. And it's really disappointing. The Spider-Man scenes are amazing and incredible, but they are so few and far between that you sort of get tired of waiting for them. And finally, there are things in this movie that when they do them badly, they do them very, very badly. If you know any of the Spider-Man mythos, you know something that's going to happen in this movie, and this is getting a bit spoilery, but they foreshadow it so ham-handedly that if you took their arms off, you would actually have dinner for the next 3 weeks. That's how ham-handed it is. Like, I normally don't pick up on foreshadowing unless I sort of have an idea of what's going to happen. I didn't know for sure that this was going to happen, and I picked up on this foreshadowing so much. It actually ended up feeling like they had purposely put it in there to make a plot twist of what they were foreshadowing didn't end up happening. That's what I felt like was going to happen. But no, it was just really ham-handed foreshadowing. And holy crap, there is some cheese in this movie. Two particularly cheesy things happen close to the end. Like, there's this visual effect of him shooting out the web, and you get a slow-mo on the tip of the web as it flies from the web shooter, and it opens up into a hand trying to snare someone. And it's like, oh god, what? You'll know them when you see them, and they actually made me flinch, is how cheesy they were. And you haven't really seen the Rhino suit from the trailers. The Rhino suit looks fucking ridiculous, but Paul Giamatti does ham it up so well that it's just so fun to watch, even if it does look stupid in every sense of the word. I went into this movie really wanting it to be good. I love Spider-Man, and I had loved new Spider-Man universe they had created with The Amazing Spider-Man 1. I would love this movie if it was split into two, if they had paced it well. The characters are all portrayed well. It looks beautiful, it sounds beautiful, but the plotting pace of the movie and the fighting plots just really detract from it. I can't believe it's not better. It really should have been. Alright, so enough from me. What about you? Have you seen it? Are you going to see it? What did you think about it? Comment below, tell me. Like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. I'm Trainer Nick, and I'll see you next time. Bye!